I understand everyone's point about, hey, you shouldn't step on the field until you sign that deal because if you get injured, you could lose all this. And I understand everyone's point of, man, you better sign that deal, hurry up and run straight to the owner's office and sign that deal. But there's a reason why Lamar Jackson hasn't signed whatever deal has been put in front of him. We've heard the Ravens ownership say, man, we've been trying to get a hold of him and we've been offering all these things. Lamar Jackson is not getting the contract that he wants, at least if he was, he would have signed it by now. And so for me, I'm okay with you playing this year. You've been relatively healthy your entire career. Even though we know you run the ball a lot and you expose yourself to hits, outside of last year, you've been relatively healthy. You played in almost every single game. I get the risk. I understand that completely. But the reward for me is so great. It's so great that I think it's worth playing this year out. Number one, before this offseason, coming into this offseason, the highest guaranteed contract for a quarterback fully guaranteed was $84 million. Lamar Jackson waited 3 months, haven't signed yet. Now there's a $230 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed contract that is available. Lamar Jackson can get that. Before this year, we saw quarterbacks, obviously Patrick Mahomes, right? $45 million a year. But now you see Aaron Rodgers, 3 years, fully guaranteed, $150 million every year. That's $5 million a year over however many years you want to get. My point is this. Each time that Lamar Jackson has waited, the value of whatever contract he's going to get goes up. And so for me, I think it's wise to wait. Now, would I blame him if he signed right now? No, I wouldn't blame you because you saw Kyler Murray's deal, you saw Aaron Rodgers' deal, you saw Josh Allen's deal, you've seen all the deals. I wouldn't blame you, but I have no issues with you betting on yourself like you have been doing your entire career going back to Louisville and winning that bet.
Are you, Harry?
This scares me. This scares me for him. And this scares me for him. And look, I've consistently said that he shouldn't step on the field without a contract because of the risk that he is going to assume, given the style of play that he has. But you know what? The more I keep thinking about this, look, it becomes. Let me take this a little bit deeper. Like, given what he's already accomplished for this team and how much they have already tailored this football team, this offense to Lamar's skill set and his ever-evolving skill set. I don't understand why at this point, given where the money is for quarterbacks, why is it that he hasn't signed a contract yet? How far away are they from where he feels as though, and we feel as though, he should be valued compared to how they're valuing him? How far away are they? Why hasn't this deal gotten done? And to be quite honest, if I'm looking at this objectively as possible, and I'm looking at this Ravens roster, and I know that Lamar has said from day one, I have been proving people wrong my entire life. I have been dealing with this BS my entire life about people saying I can't play quarterback to the degree that everyone else who is, quote unquote, one of the GOATs, one of the best ever can play it. I've been dealing with that my entire life. But when you look at what he's going to be faced with this year, just with this football team, okay, as far as how it's constructed from a personnel standpoint, the lack of improvement that they have made, I believe, on the perimeter in particular, as far as his weaponry is concerned, and how much this offense is really going to revolve around him having to run the football, given the fact that we just don't know how much his running backs will have recovered to the degree to which they can take some of the burden off of him running the football. I don't know if Lamar can even have a better season this year than he's had in the past, simply because I just don't know if he has enough support in order to do that. So, yeah, I know that we think, well, if he waits, the money's just going to keep going up. So naturally, he's going to be able to ask for more. But why the hell haven't they given it to him already, given what he's already accomplished? What more does he have to prove? And I don't know if he necessarily can play that much better given what he doesn't have around him. And that's not taking anything away from his ability to just take his game to another level on his own, because I think he can do that. And I think he has shown this offseason that, look, he is bound and determined to come back bigger, faster, stronger, more determined, prove the doubters wrong, etc., etc., etc. But we also know this. Football is a team game. As much of a Superman as we believe Lamar is, he still needs the help. And on the perimeter, which is where ultimately all of his detractors start flocking and start smothering him with, you can't really win on the perimeter and throw the football like the rest of these quarterbacks can, and that's why we won't put you tier one. That's why we don't think you can lead your team back, blah, 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 blah. Is that something that's in the Ravens' mind too? Is that why they haven't already struck a deal? Is that why he's not the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Is that why he hasn't had $230 million, guaranteed on the table for him yet? Because I assume if it was, he would have signed that damn thing already. What's going on? And I'm just worried for him. I'm worried for how much he's going to be trying to prove so many people wrong and doesn't have enough help in order to really meet his own expectations. That's what worries me. That really does worry me for him.
Yeah, Lou, I'm with you on that one. Like, what more does Lamar Jackson have to prove to that organization, to fan base, to everyone out here that he is that dude, he is that guy, he is the face of the franchise? You don't have the off-the-field issues with this guy. You know he loves the game. You know he loves the game of football, and he's going to play it at a high level every time he was out there. Now, I'll say this, and Lou and Sam, both of you guys are former athletes, so we can all relate to this. To each his own. And I would never disrespect somebody who makes a decision that they feel like it's best for them moving forward. But at the same time, and I've never been in a situation like that Lamar Jackson is in, but I'll tell you this, I am not going out there on that football field without having a new deal, because every time you step out on that football field, it doesn't matter if you're going out there to stretch or to grab a water bottle to get water. There's a risk that you're taking, a risk that you're taking, and I never want to see anything like this happen to Lamar Jackson, but he did get injured last year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.